Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Jody. I am a sacred feminine leader, an energy healer, and a spiritual mentor and leader. Let's talk a little bit about lack. So there's a few things I want to say about it. So there's different things that can happen to us growing up, teenage years, early adult years, or whatever to create that lack mentality and mindset or wounds or whatever in our mind and our body, right? So, what happens when you're trying to reframe those beliefs and you're doing the work and you're still just really stuck in that lack mentality, that lack life? Like, there's just more and more. So, let's talk about it a little bit. When it's really hard to get out of that lack, that means there's more work to do. It means you need to go deeper. It is deeper than just beliefs that you picked up. There may be beliefs that you picked up and wounds attached to it from maybe, something that you didn't get or had taken away or something like that. But if you're still doing the work and it's still happening and you just can't get out of that lack mindset, it's because it's in your DNA. It's in your body. You, like me, that was a big one that I had to do a lot of work on. And I had to go really, really deep because it wasn't just from things from this life. And I was raised by a single mom who was a drug addict. So we were on state assistance. Like there was a whole lot of lack going on growing up. And I had to do a lot of work on reframing the beliefs and releasing emotions and things out of my body. But I also come from a long line of people that struggled, and lack was a big part of that struggle. So for me, it wasn't the mindset and some of the energy work, it wasn't enough. And it was really releasing it from the coding in my DNA and my body when I really started to see the shifts that I was looking for. And I don't know, maybe you can Google ways to do it if that's what you prefer. But I have ways that I use on myself and that I work with my clients to release it from the body and from the DNA. And you can restructure your DNA. You can. It's been proven scientifically, spiritually, like a million different ways. Releasing it from that coding in your body is going to be the key because if it's in your DNA, there's no amount of energy and mindset work that is going to change you and shift you out of that. If it's not encoded in your DNA and it's in your body from energetic wounds that you're holding on to, it's still going to be hard to change the beliefs around it. There are some people, not a lot, but there are some people that grew up in ways that the lack of beliefs that they have or something that they picked up, or there was an instance in their life that created it, and it's really easy for them to shift out of it. And unfortunately, that was just not me, which really made me struggle more when I was doing, especially like group programs and um, involved in other coaches group stuff for a long time because there would be people going through the program and stuff with me who would see the biggest shifts, especially like the first like money course thing that I did. And there was a private group with it, and there were women that by like the second or third training were like, oh my god, I got $5,000, $10,000, blah blah blah. And by the end of it, I did not have the results the rest of them had. And it created more beliefs in me that I was broken. There was something wrong with me. Why is this working for everybody else, but it's not for me? And it wasn't until I learned how to clear it out of my DNA and change the cellular structure of my body that I really started to see a difference. Because when it comes to the mind and body, and I say this all the time, when it comes to the mind and the body wins every time. And that's why, like, the deep body work, it's more than just taking some breaths, not to knock breath work. It has its purpose, it has its place. I love it, I use it, but not to release the deep stuff that is ingrained in your body. So if you are doing all the things that you know and you are still struggling with that lack mindset and constantly going back to that lack mindset, there is deeper work that you need to do. And oftentimes, unless you are a healer or you have modalities that work really, really well, a lot of times it's very hard for people to do it themselves. There's still things that come up for me that I can't do myself. I have a coach and a healer. And there's times where I am like hitting a roadblock and I can't figure out why it is. And the benefit is they see your blind spots, the things that you can't see yourself. And I firmly believe everybody should work with coaches and healers, and not just because I am one, but there are so many benefits to it. But yeah, if you're just really doing the work, don't get frustrated and think that you're broken. You just haven't found the right thing that worked for you yet, because it's probably in your cellular memory. It's in your DNA. It is part of your genetic coding, which means it's going to take a little more work. But a big thing that a lot of people don't do when they are trying to change their beliefs and manifest and do all these different things is you have to learn to accept every part of your life as it is. It may not be what you want, but you have to get to a point where you're like, I want more, but I accept that this is where my life is. And now I'm going to do what I can to change it. Because think of like a little toddler. Okay? Think of a little toddler. They really want this toy. So you buy them this toy and they play with it for like an hour, and then they're tossing it on the floor and stepping on it and throwing it around the room and asking for something else already. As a mom, you're thinking, no, you don't even appreciate what I just gave you an hour ago. I'm not going to go buy you another toy. So think of it that way. It's the same thing. If you don't appreciate what you have, you're not opening up to the things that you want. You have to appreciate. That's where like a lot of the manifestation stuff teaches about love and gratitude, because you have to have that love and gratitude for yourself in your life and be like, you know what, I'm okay, because no matter what, you're always okay. If you're breathing, you're gonna be okay. And as soon as you can accept that and get to that point where you're like, you know what, no matter what happens, I will be okay and I will make it through it and everything will be good, that's when everything changes. Because you have to be okay and accept where you're at. It may not be where you want to be, and it's okay to want more, but you have to want more in a way that you want it because you want it, and not you want it because you're lacking it. If that makes sense. So really just accepting where you are, but understand that if you are doing all the things and you're still struggling with that mindset, it's because there's deeper work to do, because it is encoded in your DNA in your body. So that's my little riff on lack and getting out of it. Okay, so I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.